Hello, and a very warm welcome to all the teachers and leaders across Bangladesh. We here at EBTD are really excited to walk you through something that could genuinely transform your classroom. We're going to be talking about the brand new, updated guidance report on metacognition from the EEF.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a big question. What if you could help your pupils make an extra 9 months? Yep, 9 whole months of academic progress. I know, it sounds almost too good to be true, right? But that is the kind of potential impact we're looking at here.
And this incredible finding, it comes straight from the Education Endowment Foundation. You might know them as the EEF. They've just put out an update to their definitive guide on metacognition and self-regulated learning, and believe me, it is absolutely packed with game-changing insights. So over the next few minutes, think of this as our guided tour of this amazing resource. We're going to break down what it is, why we can trust the evidence behind it, and what the core ideas are. Then we'll get into the really practical stuff, strategies you can use in your classroom, and finally, how you can start your journey with all of this today.
All right, first up, let's really get to grips with this powerful tool. What on earth are we actually talking about when we use this word metacognition?
Well, to put it really simply, it's all about teaching students to think about their own thinking. That's the key. It's giving them the tools, the strategies to plan out their learning, to check in on how they're doing as they go, and then to look back and evaluate their own work. Really, the big goal here is to shift them from being passive listeners to active drivers of their own learning journey. You're basically creating independent, lifelong learners. Now you might be thinking, okay, is this just another educational trend? And the answer is a big, resounding no. As we're about to see, this whole approach is built on a mountain of solid, credible research. In fact, it's one of the most well-proven strategies we have in education.
Yeah, this report isn't just based on some nice theories. The recommendations are underpinned by some serious evidence. We're talking about an analysis of 355 different studies, plus a massive literature review, and, this is really important, the expertise of a whole panel of academics and teachers who are in the classroom every day. So you know you're getting a guide that's both researched and realistic. Okay, so with all that research, you might think the report would be really dense and difficult. But this is the brilliant part. It takes all that complexity and organizes it beautifully. It gives us 7 key recommendations, but groups them into 3 simple, memorable themes. It makes it so much easier to understand and, more importantly, to actually apply in school. And here they are, those 3 pillars. Think of this as your roadmap. The first one is all about teacher development. It really has to start with us, right? We need to understand this stuff first. The second is explicit instruction for pupils. This is where we actively teach our students the strategies. We don't just hope they pick them up. And the third pillar is about creating a metacognitive classroom. It's about building that whole environment where this kind of thinking is normal and encouraged. See how this structure just makes it feel so much more manageable for a school to tackle? In this quote, it just says it all, doesn't it? This is the ultimate goal. This isn't just about getting better grades on the next test. It's about giving your students skills that will help them learn for the rest of their lives. It's about creating lifelong learners. Okay, this is the part I know you've been waiting for. Enough theory. Let's get really practical. What does this actually look like in a busy classroom? What are some things you could even try tomorrow? So, at its very core, metacognition is a really simple but powerful loop. It's this cycle. Plan, monitor, evaluate. We need to teach our pupils to stop and think before a task. Okay, what's my plan here? Then, during the task. How am I doing? Is my plan working? And then, of course, after the task. All right, how did that go? What could I do better next time? Plan, monitor, evaluate. It's that simple. And the great news is, the report is full of concrete strategies you can use. It's like a toolkit. For example, thinking aloud, this is where you, the teacher, just talk through your own thought process as you solve a problem. It's so powerful. Or things like teaching self-questioning, getting them to ask, what do I already know about this? Another great one is exam wrappers. After a test, instead of just focusing on the score, students fill out a short sheet reflecting on how they prepared. Did it work? What would they do differently next time? These are simple, but honestly, they can be revolutionary. But here's the key thing to remember. We can't just throw these strategies at students and expect them to get it. We have to provide support at the start, what we call scaffolding. It's like teaching a child to ride a bike. You start with training wheels. You model the strategies, you give them checklists, you provide sentence starters, and then, slowly, as they get more confident, you gradually take that support away until they're riding all by themselves. Okay, so the big question is, how do we take all this incredible potential and bring it into our schools? into our classrooms right here in Bangladesh. Let's talk about what you can do next.
One of the best things about the evidence is that it comes from all over the world. The research shows that these strategies aren't just for one type of school or one type of country. They are, and I'm quoting here, broadly applicable and adaptable. That means you can take these ideas and make them work for your students in your context. They are absolutely relevant and valuable for us here.
Look, we at EBTD truly believe this is a vital resource for every single educator. And maybe the best news of all, this entire updated report is completely free. You can just go to the EEF website and download it. We can't recommend it enough. Please download it, have a read, maybe even discuss a section with your colleagues at your next meeting. It really is a treasure chest of practical, evidence-based ideas.
So we'll leave you with a final thought. This could feel like a big topic, but you don't have to do everything all at once. Just think about it. After everything we've talked about, what's one small thing, one of these strategies that you could try in your classroom tomorrow? What's one small step you can take to begin this journey? Thank you so much for joining us.